Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Please accept whatever suits your time zone. We're back again with another show, but this time it is the show regarding the lineup. And again, it is another pre-game show on Chelsea perspective. And believe me, I still believe we can turn things around. I believe in miracle. I believe, never say never. And more importantly, nothing is impossible. And if you're in the chat, let me know how you're doing, first of all, and where you're participating from. I'm going to look at the chat quickly before I come back so we can look at the lineup. Again, there's still some measure of conflicting, conflict that is not sure what really the structure of the lineup is. And again, I need to take a sip of my coffee because I am still, very tired and I need to be very much awake so that I will speak like a human being. Thank you very much. And if you're in the chat, do let me know if you can hear me. Here we have, this is Blue. Okay, giving us the lineup. I think we have pretty much that. Chelsea can win the game by playing as a team. That's important. We have to play as a unit. We have to play as one. We have to defend as a unit and attack as a unit. But more importantly, we need proper balance between the defending and attacking. If we focus on any of the two too much, then we will suffer today. So we need a balance between attacking and defending to come out with a result. But I'm hopeful that we will come out with a result today. And this is Pierre. Oh, Pierre is already here. Pierre says same team as against Southampton. So going up for another 6-0 win. I hope that happens. I'm excited. There weren't too many changes, but if looking at the structure they have here at the Fort Mob guys, I don't believe that's the structure. If we're going with the same lineup, then it must be the same shape. But I don't think this was the shape the other day. Maybe Thomas Tuchel decides to change something. And again, I'm using an app called the Fort Mob app. They're not paying me anything. I'm just using it because it's free to use. I'm using the window version, and you can get the app on an Apple product, on an Android product, and also Huawei product. It's a great app. It just makes the whole process seamless. That's why I like to use it. So let's continue on. Just let me go through the chat. We have Just Viola, one of the queens of the house. We have Gabrielle. Good evening from Ghana. Nice to hear from you, Gabrielle. And we have Street there saying Tottenham is in the mode. Fabio Paratici for 16 months ban in Italy. That is serious. For what did he do? For dodgy transfer. Ooh, that is serious. Oh, Father God in heaven, please give us this win. Yes, we need it. It would do us a lot of good, given what we, the Chelsea fans, are going through. And hi, Just Viola. And this is just those in the chat exchanging greetings. Chelsea players, please show how good you are to the world, that you mean this business. Yeah, I believe they do mean business. But again, we need luck on our side to hit the like button. And Werner starts. Yes, Werner starts. He deserves to start. And hopefully he proves the doubters right that he's supposed to start. He was brilliant in the last game against Southampton. So why not start him today when he's still high on confidence? That was argument the last time he started. The last time we talked about this game, Reece at right center back. Yeah, so who made way? Since Reece James is on the pitch, one player made way. The player that made way is Andreas Christensen. I have my concerns over Reece James starting at the right center-back position. But if we're playing 4 at the back, then I don't have an issue at all. If we're playing 3 at the back, then I have an issue, and he's at the right center-back position because that heightens the weakness aerially, if you want to ask me. Because again, I'm going to state my argument. The last time when we talked about our loss against Real Madrid, the fact that Karim Benzema scored 2-headed goals against us on that day wasn't by mistake. It was by design. Carlo Ancelotti knew that we have a real weakness, and he's worked with Thiago Silva knowing that attacking at crosses isn't really his best, strongest suit. And again, yeah. But if we're really playing 4 at the back, then I'm not concerned. If we're playing at four at the back, I don't think the structure will be like this. I don't think the placement of the players will be like this. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek will most definitely be on the right hand side, while Kante comes to the middle where he performs better. Big up, mate. Let's get this win. Loftus-Cheek, right wing back. I don't. If it is four at the back, then it's not right wing back. He's probably playing as a right wing man, where he did a brilliant job the last time he was in that position. Sounds good, boss. Thank you very much for hearing that. That's a little surprising for me. I'm not surprised that Werner starts. I'm just, I'm surprised Andreas Christensen isn't starting the game, but that's by the way. Just via the same structure. Yeah, possibly same structure. Since I was born, God had never put me to shame. You sure? I believe that God will. But how about the Real Madrid fans who also believe in God? So that's why you have to be cautious when you pray for God to let you win over the other team. They have people there that also believe in God. Okay, that's by the way. I'm going to share the link to the panel in the chat so that if you have time, you can join me in the panel so that we can analyze the lineup and the structure. But right now, I'm not sure what's the structure. If you have the fifth stand up, please can you quickly look at it and let me know what it says and the structure of the structure is, because right now there's no clarity on what it is. But again, I'm pretty happy with the selection. Not really worried about the structure of the lineup. That's the least of my concerns. The good thing is that those guys that did us proud against Southampton, or nearly all of them are starting except for Andreas Christensen. Here is the link to the panel. Let me be sure I have the correct link. Invite, copy. There you go. We have about 45 people watching, but it looks like 50% of that 45 are watching from Facebook. Wherever you're watching from, it's important to us. If you can come and join us on YouTube, please like the video so that it will trigger the Google algorithm to push the stream to more people who will be interested in this kind of content. That would do us a lot of good. And also do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification button so that you will be notified whenever we have we'll go live. DJ Sam, welcome to the panel. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Brilliant. I can't complain. Nice to have you on the panel. I always like listening to you talk of football. Again, please, before I ask DJ, I go to DJ for analysis. If you haven't, please make sure to smash that like button so that the stream will be pushed to more people. DJ, I'm sure you've already seen the lineup. Your thoughts on the lineup?
Yeah, not surprised really. I had a feeling Timo Werner was going to start this game after his goals on Saturday. I think the only one that surprised me really was Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But then again, I'm thinking, he had quite a good game against Southampton as well. So I can see why obviously Thomas Tuchel has picked him. I guess you have to go with what our manager's gone for. Obviously, if you played well over the weekend, you wear the shirt. And if he thinks his team can go out there and get a result tonight, I go with what our manager's saying. It'd be a tough game. We all know it's not easy to go and get we know how the crowd is down there. But as I said on your stream previously, bro, I said if we can go to the stadium, keep the crowd down for 20 minutes, play as we did against Southampton and score an early goal. I really think we've really got a chance in this game, but it's going to be a tough game. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy because it's not. We've got to remember they've still got Mercedes-Benz up front. If he gets one opportunity, that ball's in the back of the net if we make a mistake. So we really got to be on our toes tonight. But I'm still confident. We can still get something. Hopefully it'll be, as I said, we get an early goal. We keep the crowd quiet. Hopefully then we'll see where we go from there, bro.
Yeah, good argument. It's important that we keep the crowd quiet because the more noise they make, the more ginger their play will be. And again, I have to be honest with you. I knew beforehand I wasn't, I wasn't nervous, but right now I'm nervous because I said it before, probably before an hour before the game, the nervousness was set in. But again, I'm glad we didn't make too many changes to the players that started against Southampton. But I did expect Andreas Christensen to start. I also expected Ruben Loftus-Cheek to start, but here's where I'm going to say I do not agree that this will be his placement on the pitch right here. I think Kante stays in the middle, and are we sure that this is the formation 4-3-2-1? I'm not sure, but let's start with the placement of Loftus-Cheek here. Do you think that's where he's going to start? I don't think so, if you ask me.
No. Kante will go there. He'll go and he'll play as a wing back. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he played in that position against Southampton on Saturday, and he played pretty well. To be fair, he had a good game. I thought all our plays were outstanding on Saturday. And I can see why he's now putting back in that team today. The thing of all is the question. I think I was only going to say is experience. I would have gone with Aspie. Probably more, yes, but then we know Aspie had COVID, or he was tested with a big C. He had a positive test. But I think last couple of days he's had a negative test. I don't think maybe he thinks he's probably going to be enough to be on that side. Maybe he's not well enough to play on that side. I don't know. Then you got Chalobah, who could have possibly come in there. I can understand why Christensen's not playing. I think we all know from the first leg, Vinicius. He literally cooked that guy. He cooked him proper in the first leg. So I can see why he's not playing this game. And I think by having Loftus-Cheek and Reece James on that side, it's really trying to stop the threat of Vinicius coming at us. But then don't forget, Vinicius can play. He can also play on the other side if need be. So we've got to be careful.
Again, I think let me look at something here to be sure of the structure. Thank you very much for that great input right there. And this is just Viola saying from the official website. What formation did you say that is? No woodwork hat trick from Werner today. Yeah, that's important. But again, overall, that's hilarious, actually. But it's important that he doesn't keep hitting the woodwork today. Yeah, that was crazy. It was the left bar, right bar. And I think the second one, I think it was actually 1, 2, 3. It was left crossbar and then right bar. And that was surprising. But overall, it was a brilliant performance for him. So I'm happy he's starting today because, go ahead.
Yeah, it just sums up Timo Werner's Chelsea career, doesn't it? I mean, the guy. I mean, no one can come out. No Chelsea fan can come out and say the guy doesn't try. I think that's the one thing a lot of the fans love about him is he's a trier. And let's be honest, if he can use his turbo power as he did against Southampton, Turbo Werner, if he can do that in this game,
the pace, everything, the finish, the rounding of the goalkeeper.
Yeah. 100%. I'd love him to know. I would love him to go past the snake Courtois in the goal and put it into the back of the net, mate. That would just like he scored against Southampton the other day. He took it round the goalkeeper and he put it in the back of the net. I'd love him to do that to Courtois. Honestly,
that's probably one of his Chelsea's best goal at this point, if you ask me.
Oh, 100%. That reminded me of Leipzig, man. That's exactly how he used to score goals for Leipzig back in the day. Exactly how he used to. He'll come off that side and he'll go around the goalkeeper and put it in the back of the net. He showed some of that he showed on Saturday. And hopefully today, if he gets the opportunity, mate, I really hope he buries him today. Because as I said, he hit the post. I mean, how unlucky can someone get? 2 posts, the crossbar. I mean, come on. You know, that's as I keep saying, this guy's a very
like it was pre-arranged to happen like that. Like it just went 1, 2, 3 because that's it. I think it wasn't that order. Left crossbar and then right bar. I was like, what the heck is going here? And Pierre is right to call it no woodwork hat trick today by Timo Werner. That's important. I'm going to breeze us through the chat and I'll come back to you guys so that we can, dismantle and talk about and analyze the lineup as it is. I still don't think that Loftus-Cheek starts in the middle. I think he starts, even if it is 4 at the back. If it's 4 at the back, then he starts as a right wing back. position. But that's by the way. Okonya Onyinye says up Chelsea up, Chelsea win of 4-0. Okay, we'll see. I hope that happens. And only if you haven't, I know you're watching on Facebook. Please do come over and join us on YouTube, and be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have about 484 people watching, but at this right now, it's almost 60% watching on Facebook. But I'd appreciate it if you can join us on YouTube and help the channel grow also. But whatever you're watching, it is still the same, all for Chelsea perspective. So that's a great. Just Viola says, official website, Thomas Tuchel makes a single change to his Chelsea side for tonight's game against Real Madrid, bringing Reece James back into the starting 11 at the expense of Andreas Christensen. Honestly, I'd say I'll take it, given that he was one of the guys that he and Thiago Silva wasn't up to par on that day. But in the case of Thiago Silva, it was probably because he was tired. He's played quite a lot of games. Yeah. He traveled to South America and back and still played games after a few days, not resting up properly. I'd say, yeah, I think it's a good call. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was brilliant that day. His contributions on that day, was good. Even Reece James playing in that position doesn't progress the ball as much as Loftus-Cheek did that day. And the good thing about him is that he picks up good passes and he looks up before he does that, and that's important. Where in the case of Reece James, he often takes the easy way out, which is in most cases to go backwards. Coming to you, Declan, your thoughts on the lineup overall?
How's everyone doing?
I'm doing well. How about you, brother?
How you doing, bro?
DJ Sav. Yeah, I'm actually. I didn't want to see Werner, to be honest, but I guess picking the players that are going in good form, and I didn't mind Loftus-Cheek in that position because he didn't play as the wing back as much. He played more. He actually complemented Alonso a bit more, because what happens when Alonso goes up a lot, he tucked into the midfield. So at times against Southampton, we looked on the attack, it was like 3-3-1-3 kind of thing, pressing them hard, and they struggled with that, and that was something unique. So we need something unique today to catch Real Madrid off guard, something they can't handle, something that's going to set the pace, and that's why I'm happy with Loftus-Cheek there, and Reece James, because he's going to keep Vinicius Jr. pretty quiet, and this gives Alonso more time up front. Which is what is good at doing. Yeah, just to what DJ Sav said, that you can see Werner going past Coachila, but then you can also see him hitting it over the bar on open goals. So that's what we're dealing with.
Honestly, I can't listen. I can't complain too much about him scoring a woodwork hat trick, as Per Kakari did say that. It's better. It's gotten better. Usually, it was either he balloons it like it's a rugby game, or it is nowhere near the goalpost. I think on that day you could argue he was just quite unlucky, but that's my view. I get your concerns. I think we could do with his pace today because it. Yeah, and offsides, but that didn't happen on that day. But again, I think he looked very confident. He looked rejuvenated on that day against Southampton. I hope we see that today again. We hope we start seeing consistency from him, because that was this the one he rounded the goalkeeper. I think that's Timo Werner. That is at Leipzig SQ. That was a brilliant goal, and he didn't look like he was going to miss that one. But that's, by the way, the question now I'm going to ask you now, DJ. Do you think this is the structure? And by the way, thank you to CFC Fahim. If you haven't, make sure to go check out CFC Fahim. I met him via Twitter, but overall we've become good friends and we've become brothers, if you ask me, because he's a great individual and he produces great content. No clickbait, always objective, and that's why I love the guy as a brother. So make sure to go check out CFC for him. And I want to say shout out to my cousin who's found found the time to join me here. I appreciate you. I know how busy you are. OBA O'Kanes, thank you very much. And Up the Blue says we are winning and qualifying. Also, Thomas Balogun said, thank you, my Niger brother. I appreciate that. I hope that happens. We are capable of doing that. And we have a manager who has a tactical acumen of, producing a surprise win at the Bernabeu today. I hope that happens. We need that early goal. The early goal is important. But we'll come back to
100%.
this comment here. DJ, let me ask you, do you think this is the structure, or do you think it's not? Because if you ask me, I'd say the most likely structure will be this one here. Sorry, I'm mixing things up here. I'll come back to it. But DJ, your thought, what do you think is the correct structure?
No, I think what he's doing is I think he wants to get this early goal. I've said this already. The structure, I think I can understand why he's put that structure in place. He wants to get this early goal.
This one here, 4-3-2-1, or or Fahim's? This one here.
I mean, instead I'd actually put Kante instead of Loftus-Cheek in the middle. So on that line, it looked like Kante was on the other side. But this structure that you've got now.
This one, this 3-4-2-1. I think that's the most likely structure, because he played here. He himself, Loftus-Cheek, played in the right wing position. You could argue he executed it not as a right back, as a right wing back player. He executed it as a right wing player, and that made a huge difference. He helped us control the game, even in the absence of Jorginho. Your thoughts are declared.
On the lineup?
Yeah, that's on the structure, the formation, if you want, if that's what you prefer.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's 4-3-3. I think it's this, and what you saw against Southampton, which Loftus-Cheek didn't play. Like I said, didn't play as a natural or as a wing back we're used to. He complemented the midfield. So when we needed that third man, instead of Mount dropping all the time, he tucked in, and that gave Mount a bit more freedom. And he worked with Mount. So that what happens there is, if Alonso gets caught up, then Kante moves, then Kovacic moves as well, and then Loftus-Cheek moves, and that becomes the free midfield.
So it is different. You say it is different in transition, and as we defend.
In an attacking phase,
I think that makes perfect sense. In
the defensive phase. So what I'm saying is that Alonso has more of a license to go forward. Loftus-Cheek didn't do as much, right? And that gives more freedom to Alonso, Werner, Havertz, and Mount up top. And then if we need more, so basically in an attacking phase, it would be 3-3-4. Or maybe even 5 attack. Someone will join the attack. Kante or Loftus-Cheek when we're all pressing them hard. And then when it comes to defensive, Alonso would drop, Mount would drop, Loftus-Cheek would drop, and just leave Werner and Havertz up top.
I think that's the case. Yeah. And again, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to my brother Sadiq from Worldwide Chess. I sincerely do appreciate your support, brother. That means a lot to me, and I cannot thank you enough for that super chat. Again, brother, I can't say thank you enough, but you and I went from brothers, for just acquaintances, to friends, and then to brothers, and I hope that never changes. I appreciate your support again. And let me go through the chat, and I'll come back to you, DJ. This is Alessia Jacobs. Please, I'm seeing a lot of new faces here. I know about 50% of 100 plus people who are watching on Facebook. But if you can join us on YouTube, that would be great. And please, wherever you're watching, just make an effort to like the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Mount will score. I hope he does. And I don't care who scores. Big up everyone up the Chelsea. Let's do this. Yes, let's do this. From my brother Ankit from Almighty Blues FC. Make sure to go check out his channel. Great content also. I only deal with people who produce great content, who keep it objective and no clickbait at all. Who do we play in? I'm not sure I understand this question. I think if you want to talk as an talking about runners, I think we have Timo Werner. I think Kai is also a good runner in terms of running in behind, making good runs, strategic runs or decisive runs behind the opposition defense. I think we have players, the front three can do that quite well. And Mount can also shoot from outside 18. We have, let's go, smash that like button, people. We have just 22 likes. We can do even more to reach more people. And this is Fahim saying, big up to Almighty Blues. And we have live. Okay, please, somebody, if you see this kind of link, delete it entirely. We don't want the spamming at all. Okay, he says here, just really says, I am hyperventilating. Hope it's a strange thing. that is hilarious. Let's say if anyone needs, okay, please. Why did I even click on that? So DJ, I'm gonna come back to you. You see, we have 30. Before I go to DJ, we have 31 reactions on Facebook, and we have just 22 reactions on 22 likes on YouTube. So we should do better on YouTube. And coming to you, DJ, the back three. Let's start from there. Do you have any concerns? Would you rather play Andreas Christensen? Because to me, the other day when we did the Impossible is Nothing show, where we analyze what we must do to win this game, I talked about Andreas Christensen keeping his place, given his good aerially, and some say Vinicius Junior smoked him in the first leg. But the reason they had so much joy playing against us that day was that the Real Madrid midfield operated with impunity. That's why Vinicius even got the chance to come at us the way he did, and that's why Luka Modric wasn't close down when he found what's his name, Karim Benzema with the second for his second goal. So your thoughts on the back three, the fact that Andreas Christensen isn't starting?
No, I can understand why Thomas Tuchel actually went with Reece James there. I think I even said it to you, Chelsea, but I even said to you that I thought in the first leg, I really thought Vinicius really got at Christensen and really made him look like he was made him look like he was a rubbish player, if you like, the way he made him look in that game. I can see why Thomas Tuchel's done it. I think what you got to remember, I think the other problem with Christensen is he's prone to make mistakes, and I think if he was to make a mistake again, the crowd get on his back, he'll carry on making more and more mistakes. So I think I can understand why he's gone with Reece James there. Also, the fact that Reece James has got the pace along with Ruben on that side that can actually get at Vinicius when he comes anywhere near there. So I can understand why he's done that. Even Aspie, I would have said had Aspie gone down there, Aspie would have been for experience, but then he's not also one of the fastest as well, is he? He hasn't got much. He's not blistering with pace. Whereas Reece James is, and I think Ruben is, and I think they're the two that could actually stop Vinicius from coming in that side. So I can understand why he's gone with that.
Yeah, Chichi, when you say your boy, who are you referring to? I want to know. I want to read a few comments, and you guys are lucky. DJ has resigned from defending Timo Werner. You guys would have been in serious trouble. I want to read a few comments regarding Timo Werner. Some of them were very creative, I must say. From Per Kakari, I think this is a good thing from Per. He says, I am a hyper Werner. That's a good one there. And this is a funny one. Werner is like a lottery ticket which comes right once in a blue moon. Let's hope it is tonight. Okay, Chichi as it says, I just hope my boy is not a scapegoated because he's already trending and the game hasn't even started. Who are you referring to, Chichi? Do let me know. I want to. Sorry?
Timo Werner.
Timo Werner? Possibly Timo Werner. They're already giving a tough time. Go ahead, DJ. You were saying something.
That's right. No, I was just saying Timo Werner, I think, is the one that's been getting it on why he was picked. And I think it's that left-hand side of Alonso and Timo Werner. I think last time we saw what happened in the Brentford game. What happened in that game? I think people are remembering that. But hopefully, it won't be like this today.
Yeah, I think you could argue he could be forgiven. He could be forgiven for his performance against Southampton. But again, that's me. People see things differently. But I must let them know they're lucky you're no longer Timo Werner's attorney. You've changed your mind because there's how many times you can protect somebody for an offense. But that's, by the way, I'm going to come to you before I go to Nick Blue, Declare. And any of you want to come in, you can come in anytime. Declare, what do you think? I don't think I agree. This is in the starting structure. This probably will be the case if we defend. And even if we defend, Loftus-Cheek would not be in the middle. He will probably be on the right-hand side in the right wing position. Declare, your thoughts on the back three.
No.
Declare.
Yeah, Werner, Loftus-Cheek, right wing back.
Okay, go ahead. If you want to talk now, Nick, go ahead. Your thoughts on the lineup overall.
I don't think Nick was talking to us.
Okay, you go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Nick. How are you doing? Yeah. Welcome back. This is our second show for the day.
The game. I'm a little bit surprised with the lineup.
Why are you okay? I remember you saying you didn't want Werner to start. But go ahead.
Pulisic instead of Werner, but I told you Christensen wouldn't be playing. I've got that right because of the bad performance he had in the first leg. That's correct, but we've gone with the same team apart from Christensen against Southampton. The same lineup: Ruben Loftus-Cheek as a right wing back, and we have to hope we do it. I'm praying because I thought, I just get a funny feeling with Werner. I hope he doesn't miss any easy chances. I'm going to go mad tonight.
I think he will surprise you tonight, no matter the outcome. But I still do hope for a good outcome. But Nick, your question now. Let me start. Since I'm with you before I go to Declare, your thoughts on the back three?
Yeah, well, Rudiger, Silva, and James. Yeah, that's okay with me because Aspie's not completely ready yet. Yeah, that's fine. They can do it.
Yeah, because we knew even before, during that nothing impossible is nothing show, we talked about Thomas Tuchel, how it's over time we've learned he doesn't rush players back. He takes his time. Please, if you're a mod, please quickly as much as you can. I'm seeing a lot of nonsense in the comments from those trying to sell links for the game. Please make sure you're blocking them immediately. So, Declare, coming back to you, the back three, I'm going to let you know why I have an issue with it. It's a concern that I'll talk about when you're done talking. Are you okay with the back three, or would you have done anything differently?
No. Back three. I think this is our... I never liked how we went to the 4-2-2-2 and that. What we have here is something great because we're playing a back three, which is known as defensive, but we're playing an attacking back three. So very correct. So I like for us to stick to this, as people don't know how to deal with it yet, and we can capitalize on it for now.
Maybe I should be specific. Maybe I should be specific with my question. And DJ, correct me if I'm wrong. Listen to what I have to say now. I learned about as good as Thiago Silva is. He isn't the best really. I know DJ is still here. He can still. Okay, DJ has left the chat, the panel. As good as he isn't the best really. And I learned that from Matt from Worldwide Chelsea the day we did a Thiago Silva's profile video. And the fact that
career comes to life.
The fact that the fact that what's the same? The fact that DJ, I know you can hear me also now. The fact that Karim Benzema scored 2-headed goals within 3 minutes, it wasn't by accident. It was by design. They knew they were not good aerially. And if Andreas Christensen isn't start, it gets worse with Reece James there because Reece James isn't the strongest aerially also. And Carlo Ancelotti, remember, he's coached Thiago Silva before. I think he coached him at AC Milan also, and then PSG. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But even if it is at PSG alone, he knows. Yes, go ahead.
That tactic wasn't just for us. That's how Real Madrid play. They play 4-3-3. They got two wide wingers, and they cross the ball in all the time, right?
But the fact it was two-headed goals, do you think it was by accident?
When you say by design, it wasn't designed against us. That's how they play. That's how they play against every team. Whether it's a header, whether it's low on the ground, that's how they play. They have Vinicius Junior and what's it? The other guy, Venate. They're like two small wingers, and what they're great at doing is getting down the line and crossing the ball in for someone like Benzema, right? Now, whether if we could deal with headers or not, they were still going to play that way because that's their strength. They weren't just going to change it up just because they're versing us, because then they'd be hindering their own self. The headers that Benzema got,
how about even
to score.
Even if seeing it, even though seeing it from the perspective of okay, that's how they play. Even if seeing it like that, are we properly equipped at the back there to stop the area, the crosses in the air? On the carpet, I don't have a problem. But once it's in the air, I think we have a problem there. I think I'd rather Andres Christensen start in the right centre back position so that we'll be well equipped to deal with the crosses when it comes in the air. But go ahead.
He couldn't deal with the problem beforehand. So whether you're worried about the ball coming up high and all that, because we do have Rudiger and Silva, Christensen was getting beat. That ball was coming in casually because he was getting beat down the line. Vinicius Junior had a field day because Christensen couldn't handle him, right? And Vinicius Junior, let's say we can deal with headed balls. So what happens when Vinicius Junior puts it on the ground?
On the carpet, I'm not concerned. Once the
that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, the balls are still coming in. Does that make sense? The attacking threat is still going to come in. If we were so bad with an attacking threat, then every set piece, and they would just be lobbing the ball up, not down the line, from anywhere. But as if we had Drogba or something. So you can't just say, oh, we can't deal with headed balls, right? The problem was that they were getting down the line and putting the ball into attacking areas.
Okay.
So you're trying to say that you're trying to prevent it at the last moment and not deal with the problem beforehand. The problem beforehand is that they shouldn't be getting down the line easily to put that ball into attacking areas.
In the first place. They shouldn't be getting the chance to cross the ball, whether on the carpet or in the air. I think you make a good argument. So go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, so when you put Reece James there, Vinicius Junior isn't going to get as much freedom as he did with Christensen. And so that's a good change I like. And that takes away one of their main players. If Benzema can't get that much service and they want to take out the sting of the game, Benzema might be isolated, and that works in our favour. And the only time they're going to get an attack is when we turn over the ball, and hopefully that doesn't happen as much. But we want to, especially with this formation, we want to squeeze them in their half, and that's what I mean. It's going to be free, high line, right, and Loftus-Cheek playing almost as a third midfielder that also has to cover the right hand side. And I think it's going to be Kante on the right side that helps Loftus-Cheek. They can interchange, but it's going to be Kante that if Loftus-Cheek gets permission to go up, then Kante is going to cover with James. And Alonso. Alonso on the other side.
Yeah, I want to quickly read this, then I'll go to Nick Blue with a question. It is from Max from Button Ballas again. Another funny input there regarding Timo Werner. He says we hired a hypnosis for Werner, who have told him that we are playing at Southampton. Again, that's a good strategy. Maybe that will keep him at the. That is.
They gave him red striped contacts.
Exactly.
Nice. So instead of red and white, you can see on the shirts.
Yeah, that's a good one. And people, wherever you're watching from, if you haven't, go check out Button Ballers YouTube channel. Great channel if you like consuming Chelsea-related videos that are well crafted and objectively, and no clickbait, nothing, always the truth. And Max knows the club inside out. So go check out Button Ballers YouTube channel. That's by the way. DJ says, sorry, we'll jump back on my phone rang. Okay, I understand. That's important too. You don't need to apologize, brother. That happens to us all. Nick Blue, I'm going to go through the chat and I'll come back to you in a bit. Yes, Timo. Yeah, Timo is on fire. Remember Chelsea versus Napoli in, I remember, round of 16 in 2012. Chelsea fans, I am seeing a repeat. Chelsea 4-1 against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. But I think the difference was that we played, the second leg was at home, wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, declared, against Napoli. In 2012, the second leg was most definitely, I think, against Napoli. If you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. And nice to see you. Timo has Southampton. Yeah, Timo is playing against Southampton. And I hope he sees it that way. And see, the people are cracking up because of all the comments about Timo Werner, but it's all good. Timo did not celebrate his first goal because he knew he had to do more. That's just the case against Southampton. I can see he's not happy. Hopefully, he scores today again. Man needs confidence, and I think he's high on confidence, and I think he will do well today. Nick Blue, are you there? I'm going to come to you. Let me know if you're there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Nick, I'm going to start with Loftus-Cheek. I suspected he was going to start, but I wasn't sure. I only said if I were Thomas Tuchel, given the way he played that day, I'd start him today. Because the good thing about him, it looks like he slotted in seamlessly in that position. His passes were brilliant, and his vision, he looks up before he passes the ball. Especially, I think it was for the first goal. I don't think Reece James plays like that. He was where he was, and there was a defender standing between him and Mason Mount, and he had the vision to see Mason Mount, and he practically lobbed the ball over the opposition defender that was between him and Mason Mount. He found Mason Mount with the ball, perfectly weighted ball on his chest that Mason Mount dropped and laid it for Marcos Alonso to finish with that sweet left foot of his. How do you see that is his performance in that area, whether it was as a right wing back or right wing? I think he executed it very well. Are you happy that he's starting today, and how do you see his plays in that position?
Yeah, line up.
I think you're breaking up. You might want to go out and come back in because I can hardly hear what you're saying. Okay, I'm going to come to you. Declared, are you still with us or have we lost you too?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Declared, you heard everything I said. Loftus-Cheek, the way he executed that role, whether it's, if you like, I think when we're defending, we played 4, but when we're attacking, we played 3, 4, 1, 2 or so. And he was brilliant. And I'd say, however you see it, he executed it better than Reece James in the sense that he progressed the ball more. Because if Reece James was in that position, usually sometimes he opts for the easier option, which is to drop back or pass sideways. But he didn't do that. And again, you must look at the cross, the one that Timo headed at the crossbar, and also his how he found Mason Mount, who had a player between the two of them, but he lobbed the ball to Mason Mount, a perfect weathered ball. So what do you think about him playing there? Do you think he should play there more often? And how important is it that he's starting there today?
I think it's a temporary fix to accommodate Alonso, like I was saying.
No, I'm talking about Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, so in a weird way, right?
Mm-hmm.
This might come off weird, that Loftus-Cheek playing on the right side accommodates Alonso's going forward. Like I said, when Alonso gets caught forward, right, which we would like to see Alonso more forward than back, right, tracking back.
Mm-hmm.
Because once he goes forward, for him to track back, right, usually one of the midfielders used to cover. Now, where one of the weaknesses gets caught out is if Alonso gets caught, or just one of the wing backs get caught up deep, then it would be one of the defensive midfielders that move to the left, and then Rudiger as well, right? And that's how they cover. Now that leaves a lot of spaces. in between. But what was happening with Southampton, right? Because we're so advanced, is that if Alonso goes up, Kante covers, Kovacic moves over, and so does Loftus-Cheek, and becomes a free midfielder, right? But when we play with two wing backs, right? When we attack, usually both of them would be pretty high up in a 5-man attack, and one would drop deep like Mount or something like that, right? And we attack with 5, and then we defend across the 5. But that's when we attack. So we commit 5 people when we attack. But in this case, instead of Loftus-Cheek going up deep, right? He will tuck in. Alonso will be up there. Werner, Havertz, and Mount, and then it's up to anyone. Loftus-Cheek could help out. Kovacic could help out, or even Kante. So there's versatility in that sense. But what Loftus-Cheek brought was that he helped in the midfield, which gave Alonso a bit more freedom, and Mount didn't have to drop back all the time unless necessary. And so that's Loftus-Cheek is bringing like a versatile midfielder, that he's playing in the midfield, but he's also covering the right side, right wing, and that's what it's more complementing other players rather than him playing the role. But when you have Chilwell back and when you have Reece James back, I don't think you take the Loftus-Cheek position at the moment. This is almost like a temporary fix to accommodate for Alonso and accommodate some other players like Werner too, who we want him to play as a striker. So we essentially have 2 strikers rather than having one through the middle, and then maybe Mount, or when we play Pulisic, we ask him to help in a sense as well. So it's
that's a deep analysis. Go ahead. That's a deep analysis, and I appreciate that. Go ahead if you're still saying more.
Yeah, so it's more like a temporary adjustment, and it's great because anytime you change something like that, just like I think that's why Tuchel tested it against Southampton, and it worked really well. And it can catch, and these little tweaks can catch teams out, and we need something. We need a tactical surprise to catch him out. This could, we could be 1 or 2 goals up before Ancelotti gets to tactically fix to go against what we're doing today, right?
Wow. And Declan, I must let you know,
it's a tactical surprise, which I'm happy about. It could go, it could go against us, and everyone's going to say Tuchel got it wrong, and why would you play Loftus-Cheek, right? Right wing back. I can see that too. But we need something. We do need something different, and this is something different, and this accommodates. And this is where I say that Alonso could be a key in converting a goal or 2.
Yeah, and he's a fine finisher. We must recognize that he's one of the best finishers in the team. Really on the carpet, I think. And Declan, I want to thank you. That's a deep analysis of why Loftus-Cheek starts in that position, whether right wing or right wing back. I think I want to thank you for even taking it up to the level that you talked about. The reason is it is to accommodate Alonso. And I want to say thank you also to Steve Chelsea for this great point right here. He said Timo scored against Madrid last season. He can do it again. And that's probably one of the reasons why Thomas Tuchel opted to start him. And I want to look at this great comment here. Phantom here says Werner is allowed to hit the goalpost today. And if you haven't, go check out Phantom of Many Topics YouTube channel. He covers mainly travel, uploads travel videos, and I think you will like his uploads. And it was just Viola that asked him why, and he says, and then he said just because Havertz can clean up on the bounce, and yeah, that's the truth. And Havertz he took that rebound not so nonchalantly. He could do it on his slip, and he still wouldn't miss. So that was good to see. And Glenn here says Rudy has those runs forward, likely will have one today. Reece James is also a weapon on his crosses and shooting. I am worried they push forward too much. I don't think Rudiger would take that risk too much today. But because Kante is on the pitch, I think he may do it, because if Kante is disciplined, enough today, he will watch Rudiger's move. When Rudiger moves forward, he drops back a beat to make sure we have a good cover there. Because if we don't, Real Madrid, they counter at blistering speed, and we might not be able to stop them if they get in front of our goal. But that's, by the way, a great point right there from analysis right there from the club. I appreciate that. And Gabriel from Ghana says the squad is good and well structured. I think that's the case. Also, if you ask me, Real Madrid will pack the bus out. That will never happen. They will look to outplay you at home. Carlo Ancelotti already, even though they're top in the table, and even though they have the chance to still win the Champions League, his future, there's a huge question mark over his future. That's Real Madrid for you. And again, Glenn, but I don't support Rudiger. Okay, that's by the way. Let's come and you Blues up. The Chelsea says, Michael, that is good to see. A win will do us a world of good. I'm going to quickly, because we have just a few minutes to round up. Still Chelsea not fair. Okay, Courtney and all this. Okay, good to see you guys there. And coming back, Nick Blue, your thoughts on the midfield?
Yeah, I see why Tuchel. You can put your mic on mute. That's why he's someone.
We can hardly hear you because I think your connection is poor today again. But go ahead. Let's see if we can hear what you're saying. Yeah, you are really breaking up. Okay, Declare quickly your thoughts on the Real Madrid lineup. I think the only difference there is what's his name? Militao isn't playing. Any other change there? I don't think Valverde said Junior. I think Kroos.
Mendy comes in there.
It's at Valverde. But overall, what do you expect? What type of game do you expect to see today? And what do you think the outcome would be?
The outcome. I'm expecting Real Madrid to try kill any momentum, to slow the game, to slow it right down, because we're gonna try set the pace with a massive intensity. They're gonna try slower. They're gonna be a little bit deeper. They're gonna try catch us on any counter. But I think they're gonna. I think the main thing is to try slower and maybe tire us out a bit. And they might even go for a goal at the start, because that goal will probably put the nail in the coffin, kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's what I see. But I see Real Madrid playing very similar, because that's how the lineup looks.
Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat, the queens of the house. I saw Street Beer was here earlier, and I see a TC. I think I saw Just Viola, also the queen of the house, was also here. And to everybody inside, I want to say thank you for stopping by. And to my brother Fahim for that donation, I want to say Sadiq for that donation. I want to say thank you. And if you haven't, make sure to go check out Worldwide Chelsea YouTube channel, great channel. And there it is, raw, truthful, no gimmicks. Go check it out. And I believe me, you will thank me. And also, please, I want to say thank you to Declare, because we have just about 2 minutes before the game starts. I think it's good time to end the show. Thank you to everybody in the chat. See you guys tomorrow for the Blue Morning Show, or another pre-game show, whichever one you prefer to attend. But be sure to join us for the Blue Morning Show. I bet you will not regret joining us. With that, we've come to the end of the show, and I say see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully the boys will get us a win. God bless us all, and bye.